obviously getting any consequences story there, whether Josh was like you or
Yeah, in the pilot, I originally auditioned to play Buffy, and that's how I met Joss, and I obviously wasn't right for it, but Joss really liked me as an actress. He liked what I brought into the room in the choices I had made, and they weren't really right for the role of Buffy, but he's like, I've got this really cool character, she's Vampire Girl, and we'd love for you to play her. And I was like, okay. And so I did the unaired pilot and got killed. And then when the show got picked up, they called and asked if I would come back to play a Vampire Girl again, because not a lot of the other vampires made it back who were in the unaired pilot, made it into the regular pilot, or the first episode, I should say. And so the day of when we were shooting the aired first episode, it's so confusing. The aired first pilot, when we were shooting that one, the day I was supposed to die, Joss and David Greenwald came up to me and they said, we're not going to kill you, we're just going to burn your face. Like, we're just going to we're going to throw some holy water on you, and the smoke's going to come out, but you're going to be fine. Because we have this great idea for a story and for a character. And that's how basically Darla developed. And then I was supposed to die in the next episode, and they're like, we're not going to kill you. So it's pretty much every day not knowing what was going to happen. And then when they killed me in episode 7 of the first season of Buffy, they kind of regretted it in a way. They were like, but they had to. But there was a little bit of regret, and I would run into them, and they're like, we always regretted that we killed you so soon. Like, we didn't realize how cool Darla really was, and it wasn't until the fans started responding as well to her. And so, they had me come back for a flashback here and there on Buffy, but not much. And then, when they spun off Angel, one day I was up on the Paramount lot, and I ran into David. And he was in his van going to set, and he jumped out and gave me a big hug, and he's like, Benz, we're bringing you back. And I'm like, yeah, sure you are. I'll believe it when I see it. Like, okay, how can you bring me back? And he's like, no, we are. And I'm like, well, you better. And so, 2 weeks later, I get a call saying they wanted me to come back. And that's how we started doing all those flashbacks. And then they called and said, we want to put you in the season finale of the first season of Angel. Are you available? And I said, sure. And so they sent me the script, and I was reading the script, and halfway through it, I'm like, where's Darla? 3/4 of the way through it, I'm like, did they send me the wrong script? And then they get to that last page, and I was like, oh my God. And so it was a surprise to me. They didn't even tell me, It was like, I was just blown away. And at that point, I was kind of tied on to do another show that actually ended up not going, but they knew I was contracted for this other show, and so they were kind of unsure what was going to happen as well. And then when the other show didn't go, then, but they were like, we're either going to bring you back and kill you right away because your other show got picked up, or, plan on being with us for a while. And so that's how all of that happened. And then, they bring me back, and I think I played her like she was still a vampire, but no, I find out later she's human. And then just when I'm comfortable with being human, they make me a vampire again. And on that show, you just never know when you're gonna die. Yeah, and considering I've been through it so many times, I'm kind of used to it at this point. But, a lot of the actors, every time you get a script, you're just making sure you're still alive at the end. So that's how that all happened.